A very good evening to ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us on this webinar early. We will begin at about 7:02, 7:03 to allow more people to join us. In the meantime, do sit back, relax as we start this session in a few minutes' time. Thank you for being here early. Hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us on our webinar today with the title of Smarter Trades, Less Effort to Unlock AI-Powered Trade Signals on MT5. We will begin proper at 7:02 while we wait for others to join. So in the meantime, we appreciate your patience and we will resume in 2 minutes. A very good evening to ladies and gentlemen. This is Junkit from Phillip Nova. Thank you so much for joining us on our webinar today with the title of Unlocking AI-powered trade signals on Phillip MetaTrader 5. To begin, we'd like to go through quickly on this standard disclaimer that whatever that we share today is only for educational purposes only. It does not constitute as any investment advice because we do not take into account and consideration of your own financial situations, your own investment objectives, and also your risk appetite. So we do hope that you learn something from our sharing from today's session. And yes, just a quick introduction of who we are, Phillip Nova. For those of you who may not be aware of who we are yet, we are actually part of Phillip Capital Group, and we were inaugurated in 1983. So we are also one of the founding clearing members of Singapore Derivatives Trading, SGXDT. And since then, we have grown to become one of the region's top brokerages for trading of futures, stocks, CFDs, forex, and commodities. And currently, we are a clearing member of 21 global exchanges. Just a recap of what we offer. Phillip Nova, we offer two main trading platforms. The first platform is Phillip MetaTrader 5, which is the platform that we'll be going through today. So primarily, this is a very strong platform, a zero commission trading platform for FX, CFD, and precious metals. And the tool that we're going to be sharing today, the Acuity Analysis IQ, is going to be shared on MT5. And the second platform that we offer is a proprietary trading platform called Phillip Nova 2.0. Now, this is a multi-asset platform that allows you to invest in stocks, invest in ETFs, and at the same time, you're also able to engage in trading in various kind of assets like FX, CFDs, precious metals, futures, and option. So this is an asset. This is a platform where you're able to trade multiple assets under one single platform, one single ledger. Sharing more about Phillip MetaTrader 5, this is one of the most comprehensive MT5 in Singapore with over 650 contracts available. Now, this is a fully zero commission trading platform which includes share CFD as well. And on this platform, you are able to trade forex from very tight spreads. So for euro dollar from as low as 0.6 pips and for gold from as low as 25 cents. And let's say if you're interested in trading in global indices CFDs, you are also able to start trading these contracts with fractional sizes down from 0.1 lot. And let's say if you're interested in trading in a share CFD, the platform also allows you to trade share CFDs from various exchanges like US, Germany, Hong Kong, Singapore. Right, and also we are the first MT5 platform in Singapore that incorporates this exciting tool that we're going to share with you today, which is the Acuity Analysis IQ. Now, besides that, our MT5 also comes with additional trading tools like different news from FX Street, and as well from other trading tool provider like Trading Central. And I think more importantly, when it comes to trading with a broker, or rather selecting a broker to trade, being regulated and licensed by MES is very important. And Phillip Nova, we've been in the Singapore scene for many decades, and we are proudly licensed and regulated by Monetary Authority of Singapore, MES. Okay, so by having your funds with us, by trading with us, you can enjoy peace of mind that your funds are safe and it is kept in the segregated accounts from our house funds. So next up, introducing our speaker for today. His name is Giles from Acuity Trading. Now, he is a seasoned business development leader in the fintech space with a proven track record of driving growth across trading technology, alternative data, and payments. So currently spearheading the business development efforts at Acuity Trading and Signal Center, he works closely with both institutional and retail brokers to integrate cutting-edge AI-driven sentiment tools and technical analysis solutions. And his focus is actually on enhancing the trader engagement, boosting performance, and also expanding market reach through intelligent data delivery and seamless technology integration. So Giles will be here today to share with you basically on the tool that is available on Phillip MetaTrader 5. And I think at the moment, over to you, Giles.
Fantastic. Well, hello everyone, and a very good evening to you all. It's wonderful to meet you, and thank you for that wonderful introduction. Just as a brief introduction from myself, indeed, my name is Giles Hodgson from Acuity Trading. We've been in partnership with Phillip Nova for quite some time, providing specifically technical analysis and signals directly into the Phillip Nova MT5 platform. So if I can just begin by giving you a brief description and breakdown of Acuity Trading. We started in 2013, and the basis of Acuity Trading came from our founders who worked at Dow Jones Newswires, financial newswires. And with the change of the industry in both institutional and retail trading, Acuity started as a sentiment provider to financial institutions, such as retail brokers and institutional brokers. Now, from that inception at Acuity Trading, we've moved further from that point. We now provide retail brokers and institutional brokers technical analysis, such as signals, which we'll be going through today, and other aspects of technology, such as news feeds, whether that's from Dow Jones Newswires, FX Street, and other providers. Also, corporate calendar information, corporate event information, um, and also, of course, the signals are based on both AI as well as human technicals. So what I'll be going through today is how you as a trader, whether you have a live environment or a live account with Phillip Nova right now, or a demo account, I'll be going over how you can install this tool and start leveraging this technical analysis immediately. Now, what I must mention is that this tool is not only used for its trading functionality, but also for educational purposes. Whether you are a beginner, unsophisticated trader, an intermediate trader, or a professional trader, this can be used by all parties to sustain their trading needs, whether that's for back testing or for direct trading. Okay. So what I'll be going through now is the journey, essentially, as to how we are integrated with Phillip Nova and how you can effectively use this tool yourself. There are two sides to this. You can either use the tool within a demo environment, or you can use the tool in a live environment. The point of this is that all traders, whether you want to fund your account with virtual money or real money, you can use the tool and trade from this technical analysis. Okay, first and foremost, why has Acuity and Signal Center designed this tool? Well, effectively, there was a gap in the market where we saw a shift in trading behavior, where there was a major role in technology, essentially. So typically, several years ago, there were not that many financial tools to help retail traders. So there's been a massive influx of retail traders in the last few years. So we are able to provide these kind of tools and this kind of analysis to assist and educate traders on their journey. So what I'll be doing for you now is sharing my screen and showing you a little bit more about how we can leverage this tool specifically. In front of us here, we have the Phillip Nova website. So the most important thing really is, how do we get access to this tool? So what we'll want to do is go to the platform section on the Phillip Nova website, and you'll notice a section here. So the Phillip Nova area is their proprietary trading technology. You'll see Trading View, and then the Phillip MetaTrader 5 suite, which we're focusing on today. If I enter this area on the website, this will take you through to a section in which you can view the Acuity tool for download. As you can see, if I scroll down, you'll see all the relevant integrations for Phillip Nova MT5. And the first integration that you'll see is Signal Center powered by Acuity. So the idea is to simplify your decision-making process, and actually you can execute these trades directly with one click straight into your MetaTrader 5 platform. So the Acuity Signal Center combines experienced human-led analysis and powerful AI technology to conduct deep analysis of the markets, whilst also drawing on professional trading expertise. So what do I exactly mean by human expertise and also leveraging AI technology? Well, we'll go through this in more detail now when I demonstrate the tool. But first and foremost, what's really important to understand is that Acuity trading is regulated by the FCA in the United Kingdom, and we have a team of certified analysts who are creating these signals across all asset classes, whether this be FX, commodities, indices, stocks, or crypto, and they are creating these signals on a daily basis. Okay, now that I'm having a look at this tool on the Phillip Nova website, I want to understand a little bit more about how I can either download this tool or view a demo environment. So what I can do is learn about Acuity Signal Centers, premium signals, and I can select this area here, at which point I will be taken directly to a version of this tool directly on their website. At the moment, you'll notice that a few of these signals are considered premium. However, if you do sign up for a live account with Phillip Nova, you'll have access to all of our signals on a daily basis. Should I wish to view a tool or view a signal that is currently free to view, I can do so. And as you can see, we have all the relevant information here for you to view. Once I viewed this information, I may wish to actually download the tool itself. So there is a particular process of doing so. Whether you have experience with MetaTrader 5 or not, it's a fairly simple process. But most importantly, what you'll need is the Phillip Nova MetaTrader 5 platform. Once you have downloaded the MT5 platform, you can download the Acuity Signal Center plugin and user guide. The first thing that you will see here is a PDF document with a full installation process. For example, how to download the tool and how to run the installer. Should you follow this guide, all you'll need to do is restart your MetaTrader 5 platform and you will be able to view these tools. I actually have an MT5 demo account open with me now. Hopefully you can all see this in front of you. So what we have here is the MT5 platform, which is directly with Phillip Nova. What you'll notice down the left-hand side navigator is the Acuity Analysis IQ tool. Once you load the Acuity Analysis IQ tool, it will overlay the chart, at which point this tool will be fully accessible to you. Now, I mentioned that we cover multiple asset classes, and this is indeed correct. We can see that there's a filtration system here where I can see stocks, cryptocurrencies, commodities, indices, and FX. I can also filter by performance, such as top performers above a 50% win rate. And furthermore, I can see whether something is still a pending trade or if the trade has triggered. Now, many people have the simple question of what is a pending order? Well, a pending order is the basis of our own setup at Acuity. As these signals are all created by humans on a daily basis, we look at the market and we find the best entry point, the best exit point, and the best target. So as you can see from all of these tiles here, you have an entry, a target, a stop, confidence, and also when the signal expires. So now this is an important factor because all of our signals are intraday. So they're designed for intraday traders, meaning when the signal is released, it expires after a 24-hour period, at which point our analyst is now drawing up a new signal for the next day. The signals are released in different sessions. The European session, which is around 7 a.m. UK time, the US session, which is about 1 o'clock UK time, and the APAC session, which is around 3 to 4 o'clock UK time. And the reason for this is this allows all traders to have the best access to the market and trade ideas at the correct time. So as you can see in front of you here, we have some of the signals available, and I can view the free signals based on my demo account. Once again, I must reiterate, should you have a live account, you will have full access to all of the signals. You will simply need to fund your account with Phillip Nova. If I go down the list and I see a trade idea that I like, maybe this is an FX trade idea, Euro USD, you'll actually notice this trade idea is live today, as is a couple of our indices and our commodities. If I enter this tile, I will have more information to play with. For example, I'll have, again, the information such as the entry, the target, the stop, the duration of the trade, the confidence. You'll also notice that we're pulling through new sentiment. Now, as per the panel title today, AI signals supported by AI. It is the new sentiment that is the AI that we are pulling through into this trade idea. So how do we aggregate new sentiment? Well, this is actually how Acuity first started. We analyze over 10 million financial news articles on a daily basis, and we can aggregate an opportunity scoring based on that, whether an article is positive or negative, bullish or bearish to this specific asset in question. So based on our own analysis internally using our own proprietary technology, we have come to an opportunity scoring where we consider Euro USD 75% negative or bearish and 25% bullish or positive. Interestingly, this falls in line with our sell trade idea today. We have a sell trade idea on Euro USD, which is currently live. And the fact that this is live means it actually hit its entry point today. And it's either on its way to its target or stop. One important factor when using this tool and when using this tool to directly trade, and I will give you an example of this, is its risk management. We must always use as much risk management as possible when trading the markets. So for example, if I were to click trade, I can actually execute this trade directly within my MetaTrader 5 and Phillip Nova platform. As this trade is currently live, you'll notice it is defaulted as market execution. So even if the trade has already hit its entry point, you can enter the market based on this analysis right now. However, typically all trades start the day as a pending order. For example, if I was to look at another open signal, I would see a pending order. Okay. I can actually directly trade from this. So let's look at gold today, for example. This has not yet hit its entry point of 3,230. I can trade this, and this is a pending order. It will sit in your account as a pending order and go live when it hits its entry point. All I would simply do is place order, at which point it will enter the MT5 platform. It is important to remember that whilst a market execution trade will be required to be closed by yourself, a pending order can expire. after a set period of time. We have multiple views, such as list view, as well as tile view, and once again, all of the filters. I'm actually going to switch over now to a fully live environment so that I can explain to you a little bit more about the performance of these signals and their setup. In front of you now is a live version of the signals with Phillip Nova. As you can see, all of these signals today are currently live and open. Let us use a use case example here and look at the performance of specific assets. If I'm only interested in top performers with a win rate of 50% or above, I can apply that change immediately and see over the last 10 trades, these are our best performing markets. So we have silver, the FTSE 100, AUD USD, US oil, the Nikkei, and Snapchat as the stock. If I select the FTSE 100, I personally am from the UK, so we'll use this as an example. You can see today we have a sell trade idea, we have the relevant news sentiment and confidence. Now, a lot of traders ask us, what do you mean by confidence? Well, confidence is between 20, 40, 60, and 80%. And how we calculate this confidence scoring, or how our analysts give a confidence scoring to a trade idea, is based on historical performance and how there, or if there is much market opportunity. I'm sure if there are some professional or intermediate traders on the call today, you'll understand not all markets are worth trading every day. However, we do provide trade ideas on all markets each day. However, they have varying confidence levels. This is not to say that a 20 or 40% confidence trade idea is a bad trade idea. However, typically the risk reward setup is very different. We can have a risk reward setup of nearly 1 to 5 on a 20% confidence signal, whilst a high confidence signal might be 1 to 2. So what does this mean? Well, for example, on this trade idea today, it's almost a 1 to 4 confidence level on the UK 100. So for every dollar I risk, I hope to win $4. Let's go a little bit further into this. I have the trade idea open here on the UK 100. I can see the publish date. I can see the expiry date. And I can also see the technical analysis, which has been written and bespoke by the analyst that day. I also have the resistance levels and the support levels available. But for full transparency, we also provide the trader with the full performance. So for the moment, we're tracking over the last 142 live trades. So we only track the trades that go live and hit their entry point. You may ask yourself, okay, we have a 51.41% win rate on the UK 100 now, but I must say that our risk reward setup is what allows us to stay profitable over the long term, because over a 51% rate with a risk reward of a minimum of 1 to 2, we only have to be correct 35% of the time in order to be profitable. So what I can see in front of me here is a graph showing the winning trade ideas on the UK 100 over the last 10 trades. Thankfully, we've had quite high performance on the UK 100 over the last 10 trades. As you can see from April, here are all the winning trades on the UK 100. Actually, all of our trades have been winning trades on the UK 100. Of course, this is not always the case, as trading is risky and unpredictable, as markets are always moving, as we have seen recently with the, for example, tariffs and Trump. However, the UK 100 has been performing well. If I'm more interested from a monthly performance, I can switch over and see how these trade ideas have performed monthly. As you can see, we have red and green, and we can see as a percentage what our performance has been over time. Now, I must mention that the performance is based on having £1,000 sterling in your account and risking 1% per trade. So as you can see here, if there had been £1,000 in my account starting from April to date, I would have £1,090 in my account should I have copied these trades. Now let's look a little bit further into some other trades. I can actually filter by asset classes. If I'm only interested in FX, I can simply filter by FX. And one very important factor here as well to mention is that this tool comes in 24 different languages. So if English is not your first choice, you can switch to up to 24 languages directly in the Phillip Nova MT5 platform. Should you change the language in the Phillip Nova MT5 platform, the languages in the tools will change. So as you can see in front of us here, we have quite a few live trades today on FX pairs such as Euro JPY, AUD JPY, and more. Again, if I simply want to copy a live trade, I can do it by market execution. And if I want to copy a pending order, I can do so. Just looking back, we can also filter by confidence level. Okay. Now let's go back to the Phillip Nova platform. Once again, I just want to reiterate how easy it actually is to actually execute a trade on this platform. I would simply go into the trade idea, such as gold today. I would trade directly from here and place that order. Very intuitive, very easy to understand. Okay. Now, speaking about coverage as well, before I go a little bit more into our historical performance, we're covering 50 plus global markets across FX, cryptos, indices, commodities, and stocks. So for example, we're providing upwards of 20 FX pairs on a daily basis, 10 indices, 5 commodities, and 4 stocks, with a multitude of cryptocurrencies as well. Okay, what I'm going to show you now is a little bit of the historical performance. It's very important to make sure that when using a provider, you have peace of mind based on this performance. In front of us here, you'll see the performance of Signal Center all the way back to 2017. This cumulative return graph is based on a size rate as well as a fixed rate. For example, a capital of £1,000 in my account, risking 1% or £10 fixed rate. Over the course of the last 8 years, we've had over 22,500 live trades, and you can see that consistently we have around a 47 to 50% win rate month on month. And I want to reiterate once again that due to our risk reward setup, we only have to be correct between 35 and 40% of the time in order to stay profitable over the long term. As you can see, the cumulative return graph here shows profitability over a certain period of time, including drawdowns. We can even show you what our performance has been seasonally, such as over January, February, March, April, but also daily, which are our best days for trading, which currently is Wednesday. And we can also see the intraday return over the course of the last 8 years based on a specific asset. As you can see, we've done fairly well over the course of 8 years on FX pairs, commodities, as well as cryptocurrencies. So we do try to stay as transparent as possible, not only for the broker, but also for the trader. This information is public knowledge, and should you require this information, we can provide it to Phillip Nova for your access. This is also available on a monthly basis on the Acuity Trading website. Okay. So how does this tool empower traders? Well, once again, if you're coming into the market and you're interested in leverage CFD trading, there is high risk. And we understand that when learning to trade, you need these tools. You need these tools for educational reasons. So this tool being provided by Phillip Nova for their traders is there to provide not only trading functionality, but also engaging and educational content. This does not mean that you have to copy all of the trades, but it means that you can look at these trades, and even if you're running your own setup and running your own strategies, you can see if this setup or our analysts match your own strategies. This also brings forth the idea of psychological relief, because you understand that there is a particular risk management that's gone into play when designing these signals. For example, there are those clear stops and those clear targets also being leveraged by sentiment technology. The idea is to support trader confidence and consistency. Okay. And very important, as the Nova team were explaining before, we are compliant in terms of our analysis, and that we are regulated as a provider of this kind of content. I hope that was informative. If there are any questions, we'll go into a Q&A, and we'll open the floor up to some particulars. And of course, if there are any questions after the webinar and the panel today, please let the Nova team know, and I'm sure we'll get all the answers to you. Thank you very much indeed.
All right, thank you very much, Giles, for your very insightful sharing. Now, ladies and gentlemen who are online currently, if you have any questions to ask either me or Giles, I think this is a time to let us know and we can address them directly. Okay, and like what Giles had mentioned, to access the full suite of trading signals on a daily basis, you need to have a live account. And if you're just hoping to explore, to look around the look and feel of it, you are able to do so on a demo account, Phillip MT5 demo account. And also do note that there are so many MT5 servers out there that you could log into. And if only you log into our Phillip Nova server, you are able to access to this tool. Okay, and yes, so if you are interested to unlock all the tools, you may scan this QR code on the screen. That will lead you to a account opening page, and after you have successfully opened a live account, you download the MT5 platform, and like how Giles had demonstrated to you, you can also download this EA on your MT5, and you can start using the tool right away in your trades. Okay, and if you're looking for the link, you can also look at the chat box where I have pasted two links. The first link is the account opening link for you to submit an account opening application. And if you'd like to read more about the tool, you could also click on the second link, which leads you to our website. Okay, so I see that there is a question that says, the AI, is it on news? How about technical analysis?
Absolutely, it's a great question. So, with regards to the setup of the signals, there are multiple strategies that the technical analysts can use to build these trade ideas on a daily basis. But the basis of these signals is traditional technical analysis using multiple strategies. However, it is simply supported by new sentiment. So the idea being, should there be a buy trade idea today, we want to make sure that the new sentiment is also being provided to the trader. For example, if that trade idea is 60% confident and a sell trade idea today, we want to make sure it's supporting the trader with the new sentiment as well. But typically, the setup is traditional technical analysis. And just to reiterate a little bit more about that, there are tools out there that leverage pattern recognition, which is simply AI technology or algo trading, where, for example, it will look at key indicators, support and resistance levels to produce buy and sell trade ideas. However, when it comes to the Acuity Signal Center tool, we support mainly human analysts to provide these trade ideas. And that's for peace of mind, as we only produce one trade idea per day per asset. So we're not sending to yourselves or to the trader conflicting information. For example, 2 buy trade ideas on gold or 2 sell trade ideas on gold within the same day. So we keep it simple, the best time to enter the market and the best time to exit the market. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, thanks, Giles. And there's another question. Is there an auto trade function without the need of the trader to place the trade himself or herself?
It's a very good question. So at the moment, unfortunately not. It does require traders to access the tool and actually manually copy that trade idea into their MetaTrader 5 platform. Please also understand that if you place a trade via the MT5 desktop, this will also appear within the whole sphere of your trading MT5 mobile or MT5 web trader, but specifically this tool is available in the MT5 desktop version. At this moment in time, we do not have an auto trading functionality, and the reason for this is fairly simple. We are a regulated entity in the UK, FCA regulated, and we do not provide copy trading functionality.
Okay, and there is another question. Is this tool subscription based?
All the requirement for this tool is to fund a live account with Phillip Nova MT5. Once you have funded your account, you will have full access to this tool. As long as you keep your account funded, you will have full access. Not a problem at all.
Yes, I think as soon as you have successfully opened a live account with us,
Mhm.
you will be able to access the full suite of trading signals on a daily basis. However, if you want to begin trading, following these trade signals, yes, your account needs to be funded. And as there's another question, how to use this tool if I only trade using phone? So I think that's another good
Yeah,
question. So far, like what Giles had mentioned, this is not supported on the MT5 mobile currently. So unfortunately, we are not able to support that function.
and if I could reiterate a little bit more on that, this functionality um, is based on MetaTrader's restrictions for expert advisors on mobile. So at the moment, expert advisors are only available in the desktop version of the trading platform.
Yeah, so I think it also applies to all sorts of expert advisors. So not only for this tool, it applies across
That's
all the
correct.
algo trading features that MT5 would offer.
That is
Yeah, well,
correct.
we've been receiving some great questions so far. So at the same time, is there any other questions from the other audience? We see that there's quite a number of you. Yes, I think perhaps the key takeaway today is that whatever that we are pumping out here, these are from a regulated provider. Okay, the vendor is regulated in the UK, and Phillip Nova, we are regulated locally in Singapore. So it's important to
Absolutely.
have that peace of mind when you're engaging in such features. Yes, okay, so a gentle reminder again, if you'd like to get access to this feature, you can scan out the QR code on the screen to open a live account. And going forward, if you have any questions on our products and services or even on this tool, do not hesitate to reach out to Phillip Nova, as we have a team of dedicated client relations and client service team ready to assist with your queries. There's another question. What is the minimum funding in account to use this tool? So the good news is there is no minimum funding requirement to use this tool, as long as you have the sufficient fund to put as the initial margin for the positions that you open. So there isn't a minimum funding requirement to use this tool. Okay, just to reiterate again, I think many of our clients, they are interested in trading a share CFD, as a form of
Mhm.
shorter term trading instrument. And what we offer here is really a very competitive zero commission share CFD trading. And there, of course, there is no minimum commission involved. So you can feel free to engage in some shorter term trading, frequent trading, without the worry of the minimum commission eating up into your profits. So for those of you who are looking to actively trade in the stock market, either to go long or to go short, Share CFD is a good tool for you. And Acuity Signal Center, or rather Acuity Analysis IQ, would also support some of these trade signals on shares.
And to confirm on that, we provide Phillip Nova with up to 4 share CFD signals per day. However, these support around between 55 and 60 US shares on a monthly basis.
Yes, and besides the share CFD, of course, there's a wide range of signals on FX, on global indices, and also on precious metals and commodities.
Mhm.
Okay, I think perhaps we give it another maybe 1 to 2 minutes for the questions to come in. Okay, so once again, a recap of what Phillip MT5 has to offer. We are a fully zero commission trading platform that supports more than 650 contracts. And very importantly, we are regulated by MAS. And for those of you who are trading global indices, you can trade some of these big contracts from as low as zero point 0.1 lot. So first, it gives you the flexibility, and secondly, it also reduces the barrier to entry for those of you who have rather a smaller account size. And we do see a question. How about Singapore shares? I think, Giles, we currently do not offer
Yep,
these signals on Singapore shares. Well, we do have them on our platform for you to trade. We do have a
yep.
wide range of them, but in terms of the signals, we do not provide.
So to answer that question effectively, at the moment we're only providing signals on US shares. Obviously, as was mentioned, there are plenty of Singapore shares to be traded on the platform, on the Phillip Nova platform. However, we in the near future will be providing Singapore-based share signals. Okay, this is going to be provided in the next 2 to 3 months' time.
Okay, a question from one of our audience today. Any tips and signals for US market opening in a bit?
Unfortunately, as things go with financial advice, unfortunately, I could not say. However, what I will say when it comes to the signals, just make sure that you're doing your own analysis alongside using the signals. The signals are there to support your trading journey with the psychological peace of mind that these are being provided by a regulated entity in the UK. Also, please make sure to exercise risk management, and that's why the signals are actually there. And really, an important factor and why we have this partnership with Phillip Nova is anyone can start trading as long as they have the tools available to them. So this does not mean that you have to fund your account with a large quantity, but rather you can start trading with very small lot sizes with these signals. And once you have the appetite and the education, you can start trading more effectively and manually from the platform itself. But with regards to any tips, unfortunately, I don't have any at the moment.
Yes, likewise. Neither do I have any advice on that. And I think one really good feature that stood out to me on Acuity Analysis IQ is the ability for you to filter all these signals based on their historical performance.
Mhm,
So let's say if you only want to sort out those signals that have proven to be profitable in the last 10 trades or in the last few
mhm.
months, you are able to filter them within the EA itself. So I think that this gives you a lot of visibility in terms of what kind of signal are you getting into, are you following. Okay, we have another question. Can I use this tool if I Philip Nova from Malaysia account? So the answer is no, because our Philip Nova Malaysia entity do not support Philip MetaTrader 5. So it is only if you open an account from Philip Nova Singapore that provides Philip MetaTrader 5, then you'll be able to get access to this tool. So I think no worries. You can click on this link in the chat box, or you can scan this QR code to just complete this 10 to 15 minutes account opening application process. Once your account is approved, then you are good to go. You are able to access this tool. Okay. So we've been receiving a lot of very good questions, and we appreciate your attendance and participation in this Q&A session. And before we wrap up this session, Giles, do you have any final remarks before we let everybody go?
Absolutely. First and foremost, enjoy. Please exercise your own risk management when trading. Enjoy the tool, and to the Philip Nova team, thank you very much for having me on today. It's been a pleasure. And if there are any questions after this panel, please direct them to the Philip Nova team. And if they have any questions from Acuity, we're more than happy to answer them. Okay, thanks again, everyone.
Yes, great. Just before I let you go, there's another question, just one more.
Sure,
Okay,
absolutely.
so how does the U.S. economic news affect the signals published
Yep,
before the news release?
absolutely. So we take into all accounts whether it's news, high impact events. So I'm sure the traders on the call today will understand. You know, high impact events such as non-farm payrolls, CPI, GDP reports. Any specific speeches, or even if Trump does a Twitter post, it will move the market quite effectively. So we do try to make sure that when creating a signal, all the upcoming news or the upcoming events, high impact events, are taken into account when designing one of these signals. However, we simply do not know, for example, if there's any particular piece of news that comes out, how the market is going to move. So again, it's to exercise responsibility and exercise risk management when trading. For example, we might be 80% confident on a signal today, and there might be some market moving news that goes in the other direction. However, there may be a 20% confidence signal that goes in the right way due to market moving news. So it's always important to look out for this.
All right. Thank you, Giles, and thank you everybody for participating in today's webinar. And we do hope to see you at our future events, and of course, we do hope to support you in your trading journey. So yes, thank you everybody, and we look forward to seeing you again. Thank you. Have a good night ahead.
Thank you, everyone. All the best.
Thank you. Bye bye.